Alright students, in this video we are looking at radical and exponential forms. So let's start with the basics. Let's start with the square root of 4, and the answer we know it's 2. The square root of 16 is 4. The square root of 100 is 10. So when we say square root, we assume that there's a 2 right here. A 2, and a 2. And in essence, what we're saying is, what's a number that we can multiply by itself twice, that will get us 16? Well, the answer is 4. Sometimes this number may not be a 2, it may be something else. And by the way, this number on this on the outside, we call this the index. The index number, and this root, we call this the radical symbol. The number inside, we call that the radicand. So sometimes we'll have a number such as the cube root of 8. The cube root of 8. And basically what this says, once again, is what number can I multiply by itself 3 times that will get me 8? And the answer is 2. 2 times 2 times 2, 3 times gives me the answer of 8. The same thing can be said about, for example, the cube root of, let's say, 64. What number can I multiply by itself 3 times that will get me 64? Well, the answer is 4, because 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. So this is what we call the radical form. And so now let's look at what the exponential form is. So let's rewrite this. Let's rewrite this square root of 4. Let's rewrite it using an exponential form. So I can write this as 4, and then whatever this index on the outside is, that will be basically part of my exponent, 1 to the 2. Or excuse me, 4 to the 1/2. And if you plug this in your calculator, you will get a 2. Same thing for the next number, the square root of 16 here. I can rewrite this as 16 raised to the 1 over whatever index this is, 2. If I take this, for example, and write it as an exponential form, it would be 8 to the 1 over this number, 8 to the 1/3. And of course, if I plug this into the calculator, I get 2. All right, so we call this, all this right here, we call that the exponential form, and the left side, we call this the radical form. So now let's look at a couple different examples where we get to evaluate some of these problems. Let's just clear this a little bit. And let's say I have 125 raised to the 1/4. Well, this is an exponential form, so let's write it as a radical form. So again, this number here, this denominator, tells you the root or the index of the square root. So this case is going to be 4. So the 4th root of 125. And so now the question is, what number is the root of 125, or the 4th root of 125? And the answer is 5, because 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. So hopefully this makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions. One other thing before I finish this video is, what if I have another example? Let's do 32. Let's do 36 to the 3/2. Well, I'm going to simplify this, and remember this number here. This number here is the index of the root, so it's going to be 2, or the square root of 36, and then all that is going to be raised to the third. So the square root of 36 is 6 to the third, so that's 6 times 6 times 6. So the answer is 216. I hope this makes sense. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will try to answer those questions for you. Thank you.